This is the Old 77 Podcast. Hey, bitches.
Thank you for listening to the Old 77 Podcast.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Matt Francis, you have been selected to join the women's swimming team. You have the ball, the ovaries, whatever. Give me a call back, bitch.
Oh, who are you?
Turn it up, let it blast.
Hey, bitches. This is Old 77 Podcast.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world.
Impressive.
Warning. Foul language may occur due to the subject matter.
Yeah, it's called sign your titty on the runny kind.
Join our Patreon Clubhouse today. Clubhouse members get early access to episodes and exclusive after-hours content at patreon.com/the Old 77 Podcast.
Yeah, boy.
Thanks for listening.
I hate your face.
From the Old 77 Studios in Jefferson City, Missouri, this is the Old 77.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world.
Joining us tonight...
Omicron.
Joining us tonight is Jason Christiansen. He's been a friend of mine for almost 20 years now. Jay, we've been going back. And
returning guest.
The returning guest.
Man.
I think you were on somewhere in the 50s.
Yeah.
But we talked about CBD products and hear that you're actually, you're going from one company to the next. You have a new position that's coming up. Tell us a little bit about that and what's going on in the industry right now.
Oh man, with so much. Geez, man. Last time we talked about PA anyway. I don't know. There was maybe a handful, dozen, maybe a little bit more of dispensaries across the state. Now there's there's the new company I'm going to. They have 20 locations just in PA.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Them alone. And then there's been, 6 or 7 new growers that have popped up since last time we talked. It's exploding. We hope that it goes rec.
For sure.
Adult use, whatever terminology that they're going to call it. But yeah, it's still going strong. There's more and more competition. The Department of Health is getting a little bit more relaxed on running promotions, having sales. Now you can go in some place and you can get an ounce for $200 and they'll advertise it as such.
Mm-hmm.
You have to buy them in increments of 8, but that you can't get that on the street.
No, you can't.
Right.
Not for that quality.
Mm-hmm.
And to know exactly where it's coming from. The terpene profiles. You know exactly what you're getting. You know exactly.
Yeah.
How you want your experience to be,
Mm-hmm.
Last time I checked, an ounce at the dispensary here in Jeff City is still $400 or
Oh my
something,
God.
something ridiculous.
Yeah. Normal menu price. That's what it would cost. About $50 an eighth. Yeah.
And what are we? We're 2 years into medical marijuana in Missouri, so it's all supply and demand, and supply has to catch up with demand, and so those prices will go down eventually. I don't know if they'll get down to Colorado levels. That would be nice.
I tell you what, man, we have one particular grower in Pennsylvania. I don't know why they're doing what they're doing, with their concentrate pricing and stuff like that. But literally tonight on the menu, we're 1 gram concentrates for $10.
Wow.
Damn. That costs
concentrates for $10.
That costs 60 or $70 here at a dispensary, and it costs about $40 on the black market here in Missouri.
Yeah, 55 is the normal menu price for these, and honestly, don't know the reason why they've been so drastically reduced in price. My personal guess is that they're changing something in their extraction process. They're not happy with the consistency. It's varying. Batter will look like batter and nice and chunky and thick mound in one jar, and then the next one will be soupy looking and more like a sticky butter. So there's just inconsistency. So that's just my personal opinion that they're trying to figure it out.
Yes.
And until they do, they're going to keep selling off the
old
mistakes.
stuff. Yeah.
Mistakes.
But it's all still quality medicine. It's all tested. It just might not be the exact consistency as advertised or what they're hoping for. Honestly, I don't care the reason. All I know is I can
Yeah.
get a gram for $10, and that's incredible.
That's great. That's yeah. Yeah,
I'm
man.
hoping other growers will follow suit.
I just crossed over into the wax side of things. I was I was straggling on flower for a long time, and I still like flower, but I like wax better now, man. Like it's just, first of all, it's so convenient. It doesn't smell like weed, really, you know.
The vapor dissipates quickly.
Yeah, I do.
It's not very pungent.
Right. I've got the little.
Yet
the little.
it's very pungent.
It's,
But you gotta, yeah.
it's strong,
Right,
but
but
it's not offensive.
if you listen to last episode, we certainly
We partook.
Just saying.
But I didn't even know,
Yeah.
dude. I didn't even know like how many
Yeah.
different varieties just of like of wax there are. Like there's like cured sugar and cured butter, and you tell me, man. Like what are all the different kinds of waxes that are
Yeah,
available?
no kidding.
Pardon me, sorry.
Oh, you good?
All right, so the difference, I'll just break down the main differences. So there's like live resin,
Yeah.
and then there's cured. So the cured batters and waxes and such are all made from just that, like cured plant matter. So it's like harvested, dried, then processed. The live resin ones, again, like similar to the liquid live resin cartridges, it's flash frozen,
Right.
processed, and that's why you have the higher terpene profiles and a better like overall like entourage effect and closer to that whole plant
Right.
experience, like from flower. So that's the difference between like cured and live.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now when it comes to like wax, batter, butter, sugar, it's all just
Y'all baking a
really
cake?
basically described. Yeah, exactly.
So you said,
Cooking up things
Jay,
over
you
it.
said
It's to describe the consistency.
so you said sugar. That's actually a thing.
Yeah, so they call it sugar because that's what it looks like. It's
Wow.
like chunky granules of sugar. Sometimes the sugar's in sauce. They even have like diamonds in sauce.
Yep.
Diamonds are considered; those are like pure THCA crystalline.
Wow.
And then it's like mixed in with the sauce to give it some terpenes.
Yeah.
You can buy just the diamonds by themselves. And yeah, it'll give you an amazingly powerful head high
Yeah.
for a decent amount of time.
Sure.
But that's it. Like you don't feel anything like body. There's no real like entourage. It's just people that use that like really are just looking to get insanely head high or like as a pain blocker.
Yeah.
I just find it incredibly amazing that it's so high tech now.
Yeah.
Like you have
Right.
all kinds of different varieties and choices and options to go out and do yourself right.
Come a long way from
You know
rolling
what I
a
mean?
doob, right?
Yeah.
From smoking weed out of a fucking aluminum can.
I mean, it saves you time from just like making it yourself. You know, you have to.
You know,
bake it
man,
and
I went into
drain it and
a head
stuff.
shop around here the other day, and some young guy tried to sell me on all this stuff that I didn't even know.
What the fuck
I
he
had
was
no
talking
clue
about.
what it was. You know, it
Yeah.
was like all this
Oh, you
glass.
looking for a banger?
Yeah.
You get a rib? Yeah.
Yeah.
How many carbs you need? How many this? How many that? And I was like, I don't. Are you speaking English?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You know,
Do
and
you
he
want
was like, "Oh,
beans?"
you're old school, man. You're old school." I'm like, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm.
I prefer purist.
Yeah, right. I'm slowly dragging my feet into the 21st century on all of this stuff.
Jay, what do you find it's been more popular throughout like all your clients that came in your last job?
It really just varies. Like it varies by the individual.
So, like,
and it could be. We had this one patient that is got to be in her 80s, and she talks about now. Let me say that smoking is illegal in Pennsylvania. You cannot put flame to flower.
Right.
Everything's for vaporization. Yeah.
Everything's for vaporization.
Yeah, everything's intended for vaporization only. Now that being said, we have this grandma that comes in and she likes to talk about the caviar, which is like the moon rocks. It's like soaked in sauce. And she's like, I like to take one of those dots and smash it down into my bowl. And then I put my flour on top of that. And then I'll use the THCA THCA sand I'm talking about. I was like, dang.
You go, Grandma.
Like,
Oh
we-
my god.
We should hang out.
Yeah, man.
She's getting blazed.
Yeah, but it's like it's not what you would expect, you know. It's like
Right.
you would look at her, you see her in the grocery store or something like that. That would be the furthest thing.
Yeah, and
from your mind,
she's
you know?
got like a cart full of food there. She's like, I smoked before I came,
Right.
motherfucker.
Dude,
She's
It's
totally
like
fine.
perceptions, you know.
It is like
It's not who you think.
Does she have like
Yeah.
a cataract problem or something?
Not
She doesn't
anymore.
have many problems if you ask me.
not anymore. She's good, man.
No, no,
She
She's
does.
good.
She ain't noticing them.
Loading up.
Nana don't.
Dude, the very first time I went into a legal dispensary in Missouri, you know, they make you fill out paperwork and stuff the
Sure,
first time you're
yeah.
in there, and
you gotta
so
register.
it was me and probably 6 or 7 other people in the waiting room, and it was just like a wide range of people, all different ages, male, female, black, white, you know,
Young, old.
young, old. Yeah, there was definitely some older ladies in there that you probably wouldn't expect would be
Yeah.
in a dispensary, but as I was
Varying levels of experience.
for
Right.
sure.
In people you didn't know.
As I was filling out my paperwork, I had to write down the date, and so I just spoke out loud in the middle of the room, "Hey guys, what's the date?" And then I said, "Sorry, I smoke a lot of weed." And then they all started laughing at me. And then some old lady in the corner was like, "See, that's why I like pot smokers."
See now, like if you were to say that, like in a PA dispensary, you run the risk of being asked to leave
Damn.
Oh,
because
wow.
you said smoke.
Smoke.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We're not that strict where
Yeah.
I am currently. But we do like remind people, like if they say, "Oh, yeah, to smoke or to roll or whatever,"
Right.
you know,
Right.
we have to say, "Oh, well, you must mean vaporize
Yes.
because it's illegal to smoke in Pennsylvania."
Yeah.
As you know,
As you know.
read the rules and signed on when you became a patient. You know, it's just,
Yeah.
you know, some people just forget. Some people are just ignorant to it.
It's
some
like,
people just don't care.
yeah.
Right.
You know?
And what's really cool now, a lot of CBD companies are now advertising on the radio.
Radio, TV. Yeah,
And
dude.
they're getting local celebrities, local sports people.
Yeah.
National radio is
Yeah.
they're getting like former NFL players and shit.
My
who-
favorite one is Med Farm up in Iowa.
Mhm.
They grow it in Iowa, and they have their play-by-play guys do live reads. And
For
it's
that?
like, yeah, and it's always
Yeah.
like,
Here
you
we
know,
have
they're always
Super Haze.
pumping it hard, you know.
Yeah.
Locally grown here in Iowa, you know.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, yeah. I forget which school I've worked with a couple schools where I've heard CBD commercials.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
We've come a long
It's
way.
funny because, again, in PA, these are the like just strange differences. Like, so as a dispensary, they can't advertise on radio, TV, anything like that.
Oh, wow.
But a service like, you know, say VeriHeal, or many others like it, where you basically call an 800 number and they set you up with a telemedicine appointment with a doctor. It tends to be on the more expensive side, but they make it really, really easy.
Right.
Yeah.
They're allowed to advertise. So it's like,
You mean that?
why can they advertise to get patients?
Yeah.
But like once they're a patient, they can't
Right.
see anything about a dispensary that may be close to them. You don't believe how many people walk through the doors and say, "Oh my God, I live right down the street and I never knew you guys were here." And it's like, man,
Yeah.
we're coming up on 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
And
man.
meanwhile, like every time you turn on the TV, it's prescription medication ad over and over and over again.
Mhm.
Side effects may
That
include
causes
death.
anal leakage. And
Yeah.
yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Black lung, gout,
suicidal,
lumbago,
homicidal thoughts.
Yeah, we've still got a long way to go, man. But we've come a
excessive
long way.
masturbation, bleeding from the rectum.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's been extreme
Hey, that's
progress.
just a Tuesday.
yeah. I was gonna say I don't need meds for that, Scott.
Euphoric feeling.
Yeah, the progress has really. I mean, the last decade
Yeah,
has been there's
Yeah.
been huge growth there.
I'm to the point now where I'm like pretty much out of the closet. I mean, like I don't run around just like telling random people that I smoke weed,
Right.
but I'm legal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have like a medical condition that I use it for. I also smoke weed because I love
But
smoking weed.
you know what? You'd be surprised about how many people like do smoke.
Yeah.
Oh my
And it's
God,
not just
yeah.
like it's not like a gateway. Like they had you so brainwashed from
Sure.
the 1950s and 40s and stuff.
It's not Dare.
Yeah, it's not Dare anymore.
You
Like
know, it's not
Nancy
the
Reagan
Dare
had it
days.
all wrong. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean,
Right.
it's losing that stigma now.
If anything, it pisses me off how much people don't offer me drugs. Thanks, Dare.
I know, right?
Because if there's one thing, cannabis.
They told me somebody was always going to be there giving me drugs.
Cannabis certainly brings people together.
Certainly would have made it appear to be like
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm talking
someone
like,
lurking around every corner with a trench coat on. Hey, kid.
Here,
Wanna buy
smoke
some
the
cocaine?
marijuana.
I know. We were promised so many drugs,
Right?
and there were supposed to be so many other cool drugs that were laced in the
Yeah.
marijuana, and we never
Right.
got any of those either.
Quick butt chug this marijuana's, kid.
What a ripoff, man.
but the demographics are so wide, right? You have the young people, you have
Absolutely.
the middle age, and then now you have the elderly. That are, like you said, that old lady that came in, she was
Pain management.
she was taking care of her cataract.
And
Yeah.
look, man, if you're 85 years old and you're in some pain and cannabis helps,
No, for real, man.
who am I to tell you can't?
I got chronic back pain, man. I
Hey,
use
if
it
you're
for that.
85 years old
There
and
you
you
go.
just
You
want
know?
some cannabis,
Fuck yes.
go for it.
No
You've
kidding.
earned it.
And some of us are just, a little anxious. We're a little high strung.
Yeah.
It helps for that, You don't have to have a.
Helps the psyche.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's, just like the crack in here. It just helps things go down a little easier.
The crack.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Harrr.
Absolutely.
Well, that's the great thing too about like the, at least in PA, like knowing exactly what you're getting. Like as far as potency, cannabinoids, and all that stuff, because like I really enjoy a 15 or 16% like low potency indica for nighttime. Just to doesn't necessarily like put me to sleep, but like when I'm ready to go to sleep, I sleep.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get me like high to the point where it's like my mind is like, oh,
Right.
Thinking about anything and everything. It's perfect for bedtime.
I feel like I'm more of a Septiva guy.
You are.
I like to be dialed in, like motivated to do things.
Same. I've flip flopped over the years, but currently, yeah, definitely sativa.
But indica just kind of makes me into a zombie. It's like I lose my verbal skills and I just shut down.
See, you need the low potency ones.
See,
look for a low, like 15, 16%. Yeah, high myrcene, caryophyllene content.
You're my Dr. Feelgood.
That's right. I feel like most people.
Meanwhile, I want what Grandma's having.
Yeah, no shit.
I just want the top of my head to explode.
I feel like
it's funny. There's a strain called Grandpa Stash.
Ooh.
Oh, what?
That's a new one. I don't know that one.
Do you actually feel like your grandpa's stash when you're all baked on it?
It's like when you have it that first time, you understand why it's called Grandpa Stash.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, ooh, all right, that has been kept hidden.
I want to be the guy that gets to name the new strains.
I know who does that, Jay. Who names the strains?
The grower, I guess.
Oh, yeah, someone in the company. Because so there's certain say one company will call it I don't know pineapple Kush,
right?
But another company may call it. Oh, here's a perfect example. Some company just changed what they called it from green crack to passion fruit because green crack, crack.
It doesn't sound. Yeah, it doesn't sound great.
Appealing, so they basically just changed the name of it.
Yeah, that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize about strains and indica versus sativa is that aspect of things. It's not a clear-cut science. It's not black and white.
Yeah.
It's correct me if I'm wrong, Jay, but you pretty much can't find a pure sativa plant or a pure indica plant. Like pretty much everything these days is some type of a hybrid, right?
Yeah, pretty much for the most part, yeah, because the original land race strains or whatever, like the historic ones, there's not many of them, and those were the pure ones. But so everything now is really crossbred.
Mm-hmm.
If you can find Durban, they say that Durban is still a pure sativa.
Mm-hmm.
But depends on who's growing it. They may call it, but it may be some cross to something else.
And that's the thing is if you buy Durban from one guy and you buy Durban from another guy, you're probably not getting the exact same thing.
Exactly. So like sour diesel versus East Coast sour diesel.
Right.
People will just call sour diesel a sativa because that's traditionally what what it is.
Yeah.
But another company will be like, well, we don't really go by like tradition. We go by a feeling profile.
Huh.
And because of the way a sour diesel, even though it is a sativa, it has, relaxation without sedation.
Right.
Like energy and motivation without race and anxiety.
Right.
So it's confusing sativa to people. So this one company just calls it, that's they call it chill.
Nice.
And they file it as like basically what other companies would call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Just because of the terpene profile. So they qualify it as an indica.
Does Pennsylvania allow patients to grow?
Not yet.
Okay.
That's part of what's being voted on. If you're a patient, what they've written into law is you can have five plants.
Okay, it's 6 in Missouri. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and you can have it like now.
Yeah, I mean, so your medical card is one thing, and then if you want to get a cultivator's license on top of that, you can for like an extra. I don't know. I think it's an extra $100 or so. I cultivated for a year. I'm not right now, but I'll probably. There's a kid running around in the background. There's a little
Yeah, she's
ninja.
supposed to be in bed.
I saw that.
So I was like, hey, wait a second.
Sneaking around, man. Sneaking around.
Dad's on a
watch that
podcast right now.
Yeah, he ain't gonna say anything.
Yeah.
She's gonna be 12. in
Wow,
June. Can you
she's
believe
going
that, Maddie?
to. No, I
12,
cannot
dude.
believe that.
Yeah.
She's a
Holy
preteen.
moly.
Okay, so
Holy
let's
crap,
talk.
dude.
So let's talk about this, Jay. Let's talk about
crazy.
about kids. Are you open with her about cannabis? What do you guys talk about it at all, or how do you guys tread on that subject?
So that's the conversation that the wife and I have been having.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
to
sure.
To really like have that conversation. Because like she'll be 12 in June.
Yeah.
And she's a
There
smart
she
kid.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw
Yeah,
her.
she's no dummy. So yeah, so like I'm sure she's smart. She has a cell phone. I'm sure she's looked it up. I'm sure she's looked up where I work.
I mean, you have
right?
you have the information at your fingertips now.
I'm pretty
So-
sure the first time I smoked
Yeah.
weed was when I was 12. I think I was 12 the first time I smoked weed. Maybe 13. So
I was 16
17.
or 17.
Yeah,
17.
that's when I was around then.
Yeah.
I was an early adapter.
Because Erin's pretty
Yeah.
level-headed, man. She's got a good head on her shoulders, and she's a really cool woman.
The worry is, that, and like, I mean, I'm fairly open about it. Like, I'll wear like branded sweatshirts, when I go to like pick them up from school, like from like different growers and stuff like that. I'll wear my work t-shirts and hoodies.
Yeah.
Like when I go pick her up, and there's other adults around. And, like I've actually talked about it with one of Bennett's
Sure,
friends, parents. Because God bless them, because I told them, they're like, well, what do you do? And I was like, well, like I said, we sell medicine that you can't get at CVS. You can't get it at pharmacies and like that. It's like, it's a special type of medicine that you have to go to a special type of place for.
Yeah.
So Bennett will be 8. No, he is 8. Sorry. He's 8. He'll be 9 in September. He basically he tells people I'm a pharmacist.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's
pretty
cool.
accurate, like to what you're doing.
So one of his friends' moms asked me one day, about like work or whatever, and I was like, oh, it's great, I was like, it just got a promotion or whatever. This was months and months ago, long before I decided to leave. But anyway, she's like, Bennett says you're like a pharmacist or something, and I just had to chuckle, and I was like, yeah, well, kinda.
Yeah.
And there were like lots of other parents around, and like the worry is like that some parent is going to have their personal opinion about it that differs from my own,
Right,
and then will tell their kid stay away from my kid,
right,
yeah,
because of that, and that's unfair to my son because he's awesome.
Right.
Honestly, if they were like, "Are you a pharmacist?" I'd be like, "Yeah." I just roll with it. I'd be like, "Sure, yeah."
Well,
Just vape with it,
like
dude.
we're really cool with this particular kid's mom and everything, and dad and everything. So like, I just showed her my phone, and because like I said, there were other parents around, so I was like, this is what I do. So I just basically took her to the website.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, okay, I get it.
Have you
I
ever come
get it.
across like a parent and they're just so interested they just ask you a bunch of questions? Because,
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's
you
awesome.
have that happen to you before.
Yeah, I love it. It's my favorite part about excuse me. My favorite part about the job is like educating people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love giving people information.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you run into anyone who's been like standoffish?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of those patients come in with severe anxiety, and like the whole process, like to them, is just nerve wracking.
Yeah.
And we offer curbside.
Yeah.
That's allowed. When the pandemic hit and everything,
Right.
they authorized that, and then like they saw the state saw that dispensaries could manage it responsibly.
Yeah.
And so they decided to extend it for like another year.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that'll continue because it makes it very, very easy for like those types of patients.
Yeah.
Sure.
What's really cool is when you see like a new dispensary like opening up, and then they're cutting a ribbon. There's like senators or like there's the mayors there or something like there's politics involved with this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite like that here.
Yeah.
There's a really hard divide.
Yeah.
It sounds like they made it hard on purpose in Philly.
Well, in Pennsylvania in general, right?
Yeah, Pennsylvania in general. In Philly, actually, as far as like Philly's, it's decriminalized. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, you can have an ounce on you, and the cops, you'll get a $25 ticket.
A flower?
It's a misdemeanor. If you're caught smoking in public, it's $100 fine if they so choose. And 9 times out of 10, they're just going to tell you to put it out. Hey man, keep that at home.
Right.
Like, because I live in a Philadelphia zip code, I can literally stand at my driveway, smoking a joint if I wanted to, and they couldn't even do a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Neighbors could call if they want to. Hey, this guy's out here smoking weed in his yard. They'd say, okay. What you want me to do about it?
Call us when he's murdering you.
Right. With this nonsense.
Yeah.
Bigger fish to fry.
I just find it funny that
exactly.
people our age, and even like the generation below us, I just find it people that get like so offended by it. It's like it's nothing. It's really nothing. It's less harmful than alcohol.
Yeah. My parents even like in you met my parents like once or twice.
Yeah,
man.
man.
I want to call them like uptight, but they're definitely conservative and traditional, and they're even okay with what I do. Because it's legal in Pennsylvania.
My mom has come around so hard on weed. She doesn't partake, but she's totally like, I'm very open with her about it. Like, these guys know, like, I've had some pretty serious health issues in the past, and for real, man, like when I would get really sick, they would throw all these different prescription medications at me, pharmaceuticals and whatnot, and almost all of them didn't even help me. Whereas with cannabis, I mean, it didn't cure me, but at least it would settle my stomach so I wasn't throwing up all day, or allow me to at least, intake some food that I probably wouldn't have been able to keep down without it, And so my mom has seen that firsthand in my own life, and she totally supports it now. She's totally cool with it, and she's 75 years old, I think.
She's your doob roller, right? Full time?
Yeah,
we're working on it.
My mom's 75
Yeah.
as well, and they've come around. They know that not only do I work in the industry, but that I'm a patient.
Yeah.
And they know the reasons for which, I consume. They know my qualifying conditions.
They know you're a responsible adult, and you take care of your business.
Yeah.
Well, relatively
You got
speaking.
your shit together.
Yeah.
Somewhat, but they comment all the time about like how happy I am. Like these days, you seem really happy.
Yeah.
You seem really happy.
It's because you're doing what you
And
love.
everything.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I've never really had a bad day at work. I started to get some really annoying ones.
Yeah.
In the recent past, but that was just because of things that happened that I just didn't necessarily agree with, and they were just signs that it was time for me to move on. And it just so happened that another company approached me at that same time frame that I was making that decision that it was time to look, and it was just awesome. Like I've never really been like recruited.
Worked out well.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah. Boys, we're going to take a quick break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
We'll take a quickie. We'll be
All
back.
right. We'll be back right after this, man.
The old 77.
All you need is a little soul graffiti.
My sister thinks you're a sociopath.
Like she wouldn't even know.
She's a licensed therapist, Ben.
I can be there. What should I wear?
Welcome back to the old 77.
It's a safe place.
In an unsafe world. Back here with
that reminded me of some old school broadcasting school.
Oh yeah,
days.
man.
Oh yeah, man.
This is my broadcasting school right here.
Jay and I were in the same
pretty much
class
is. I'm
together,
sorry,
man.
man.
20
okay.
years ago, we were in the same class together.
What class was it? Do you remember?
It was broadcasting.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Broadcasting school, man.
I thought he meant like math or something.
I was
No, man.
I was just a kid, not knowing what the fuck I was jumping into.
Yeah.
So-
So what made you decide you wanted to go into broadcasting? What was the thing that convinced you to give it a try?
I'm not sure. I was just kind of a thing. I had an attraction to it. You know, I always
Me
wanted-
too.
And I always had like an interest in the radio world.
Yeah, me too.
I was
Right.
more or less like, honestly, like radio was my first choice. I was doing like film editing,
Yeah.
and I was pretty good at it. And then like a good friend of mine died, and I got sidetracked. And then I went back into school, and I was just editing stuff. And then I
Got a job at the radio.
Then I got an
station.
internship at WISP at the time,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
just
how it
one thing led
starts.
to another. That's kind of how I fell into it.
I fell into it by accident, and you
Yeah.
guys know, like my dad was a radio guy. He was
Yeah.
he did radio for a long time.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, anywho.
Yes.
Let's get back to business,
All right,
boys.
yes.
Let's talk
Catching
about
up.
weed some more.
Yes. So we were talking off mic. We were talking off mic, and Dave was talking about
Cartridges.
and the fake ones that are out there, right?
Yeah, so I watched a really interesting video on YouTube the other day where somebody bought a legit cartridge, all the packaging and everything. They got it at some dispenser, I think it was in California, and then bought the same thing but on the street, you know, from just some dude on the black market. And was comparing the packaging and the product and everything, and it was amazing just how much detail these bootleggers, like there are entire websites dedicated just to buying fake packaging
Oh yeah.
that looks like certain brands, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so tell us about that a little bit, man. Is that a thing that you guys have to deal with up there?
Not so much in the medical market. I haven't seen any counterfeit, like medical.
But I mean,
product
have you guys seen any of the products that are sold out there end up
Oh
being,
yeah, I
being
mean, like
made
I
into
got a
fakes?
couple friends and everything. But yeah, I don't trust them. You know, haven't in years since the.
Oh, good job, good job, good job, man. That was good.
I got you too, brother.
The folks on video will know.
Too.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, I haven't messed with those in years because of those issues.
Not
and
safe.
just not knowing.
Yeah, you
know,
guys
just not
remember-
knowing. But
Yeah, a couple years ago there was like a bunch of people that ended up in the hospital. A few
Oh, yeah.
people ended up dying, and ended up it was from THC cartridges, but of course
What?
it wasn't the THC. It was the vitamin E acetate, the additive that they put
That's
in the
fucking
cards.
awful.
Yeah,
What were they calling it? The same shit that gave those people popcorn lung?
yeah, same
Oh,
shit. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
vitamin. Correct me
Yeah.
if I'm wrong, Jay. Right, vitamin E acetate, isn't that the stuff that they were putting in there?
yeah, essentially.
Yeah,
They were
nasty.
using a cutting agent that shouldn't have been a cutting agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why like they were so loose. Like you could like turn the ones on the street, you could turn it and like the oil would just like run.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the real
or
ones.
from
The real ones.
dispensary, you can turn it completely upside down,
Right.
and that oil's not moving for minutes.
Yeah, you got to put a
Where's
a blow dryer up to it to get it to move.
Yeah, there's a huge difference in the viscosity of the oils.
Yeah,
And
but
it's difficult to eye.
But now, they've got shit that they put in there to make the viscosity thicker with the fakes too, I think, right?
So is this like a dark? Is this like a black market thing with the
Yeah,
the
black
fake ones?
market.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like if I went to my boy's house and bought a couple carts or whatever, chances are.
Hey man, where's your carts at, dog?
Chances are those carts
are over here,
did not
man.
come from a legitimate source.
Thanks, Cheech.
Right. Yeah. So some of the easiest way to identify the fakes is if they have any type of THC percentage printed on the packaging.
Yeah.
That's not a sticker.
Yeah.
Because any legitimate cartridge from a legitimate market,
Yeah.
even if it's a rec market, it still has to be tested.
The giveaway.
It'll vary, from batch to batch and everything. So when it's printed right on the packaging, it's a dead giveaway.
Yeah. The thing I think that tipped me off was there was a QR code on mine.
Okay.
And when I scanned the QR code, it pulled up a product by that brand, but it wasn't the same brand that was actually on the packaging. And then from there, I got onto YouTube or got onto Reddit or whatever and figured it out. It's still pulled up as one of their products, but it didn't come up as the exact strain and shit that they said.
So whoever was counterfeiting it just grabbed a QR code from a cartridge and okay, I'm just going to use this same one on whatever I get.
Bingo.
It was probably the one that was already on the packaging, and he bought the packaging off of Facebook or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look through Facebook Marketplace, you can see just big lots of cartridge packaging. It's all empty. There's nothing in it.
Yeah.
But you get the packaging.
Yep.
Yeah. Stuff on Instagram too. People always popping up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
People are very brazen about selling shit on social media. It's crazy, man.
Fuck yes, they are.
Yeah. Truth be told, when I was desperate, I find weed on Craigslist back in the day.
Hey, bro, man's got to do what a man's got to do.
No shame.
Oh man.
All you had to do was search 420.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No shame, man.
You find it, I'm sure.
People were very brazen about that too. They would go so far as to list what type of strain.
Hey man, is this dog shit we're smoking?
Fuck yeah, it is.
I got edibles. I got White Widow. I got Northern Lights. Straight from Colorado.
Yeah, where Dave's going this weekend.
Yeah.
Didn't they take didn't they take the personal section off of Craigslist now?
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone.
No more hooking
I
up.
want to know, man. I've been married for many, many moons.
Yeah, me neither.
We have a friend who it should be a radio star on his own, but he one time off of a Craigslist back page ad, something along the lines, ended up at a orgy. I think it was a ping pong squirter orgy at a downtown hotel here.
Sounds legit.
Rolls up in there with a bottle of Jägermeister. He's ready to party, right? Said when he got up in there, he was the youngest dude in the room. It was just full of old guys and some old chick just getting railed.
Oh my god.
One.
Yeah, I guess he just sat over in the corner and watched for a bit and then left.
Are we talking about Winder?
Yes.
It's this is...
I wasn't going to drop names, but yes.
Okay.
Missed that guy.
Was that the squirter party?
I think it was the squirter party, yeah.
He
of
said
course.
that some chick was having a squirter party. She put
she was
it
like,
on.
oh, come over.
She put it on, what was it, Craigslist?
Craigslist, yeah.
And he was like, Winder's like this cool guy, but he's like super disgusting.
I love him.
Yeah, and
he's my fucking spirit.
I mean, you got to
animal,
respect
man.
him, man.
Yeah, a little
for
bit,
it.
yeah.
And he went to this
He's
hotel.
like, I'm going to go check this out.
Yeah, he went to a hotel downtown Jefferson City. Gets off the elevator, goes down there, and he walks in, and the chick's like just doing it, like
going for it.
Welcome to SeaWorld, you know what I mean? There's fucking Shamu, baby.
If you're in these 3 rows, you're in the splash zone.
It's like a Gallagher concert.
Right.
Oh, here it comes again.
I brought my scuba gear. Can I jump in too?
Damn you, Scuba Steve.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so fake cartridges.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I'm done with
Oh,
that.
yeah, well, man, go way off. Oh, no.
That's what we do on this show, boys. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes.
We veer off.
You mean we're smoking dog shit, man?
Oh, my God.
Yes, we are.
Oh, God. Yeah, so those are bad news.
Yes, they
Stay
are.
away from
Yes, they are.
Stay away from them.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah, man.
It's an important thing. It's a public service that I offer.
There you go.
Yeah.
So anyone who's wondering out there,
Yeah.
The
more you know.
Yeah.
With the
We got the
giant
graphic,
rainbow.
right? We got that. Everybody's got that, right?
Oh, man.
Squirt.
Squirt, squirt. Yeah.
What's the best strand that you've come across there, Jay?
Oh man, it's
your all-time favorite.
Man,
that $10 one.
No, it is really good though. But man, it really just depends. But there's a couple. Like for like sativa, there's this strain by Cresco. It's called Citrus Daydream.
Mm-hmm.
That is just the happiness in the jar.
Euphoria.
Yeah, it's just like I was talking about. Yeah, it's euphoric. It's relaxation without sedation, but like accompanied by the motivation and just like you're just happy.
Damn, that's.
And they have this other one called Director's Cut. That's a hybrid that you ever get a really good one that you get that pressure like in your eyes.
In your eyes, yeah, it's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those.
Is
where
that
you feel like that?
Is that considered a Septiva?
That one is a hybrid.
They're all hybrids.
So it's
They're
like
all hybrids, man.
So you're talking like it's a hybrid between indica and Septiva.
Profiles more than anything.
Okay.
I look for like the terpene profile because I know what works for like my medical needs. Like I need anti-inflammatory proproperties.
Right.
And plus I know that you find some pinene with some myrcene and that'll give you some euphoria.
Mm-hmm.
And limonene gives you a mood elevation.
You really are a pharmacist, man.
This man is smart. This
Right?
is a smart man.
You really are a pharmacist.
This boy is on fire.
All the information is out there.
I was waiting for some flange.
It's funny because like in the beginning of the program, no one was really talking about terpenes or paying any attention to it.
Yeah, now everybody talks about terpenes.
Yeah, now it is a big part of the conversation.
Terpene this, terpene that.
This boy is on fire.
Wow, complete with flange.
Matty Keys over there, folks. It's Matty Keys.
Skills. Oh, Maddie. I don't know why I'm thinking about this dude, but remember that time we were downtown?
Hit me up with that. Come on.
And you were
all
a little salty.
Stay
a little
focused.
salty. And you ripped that the Bally's sign down. This was just like one of those like banner signs that was hanging across like the steps, and you like ripped the sign. You probably don't remember because you were all drunk.
Hold on.
And like
where were we?
It was downtown. It was in the city.
So we were just kind of drinking downtown.
Yeah, it was me, you, Aaron, this dude Ellis. That was like, he was like all upset. What's wrong with your friend, man? What's he doing that for? I'm like, relax.
I do remember that. That guy was.
He's gonna get us in trouble. I was like, we're no longer hanging out. Like, I'm just meeting you, and this is it. Like, you're not my type of people. Because he was like giving you crap about it because you like for being drunk, and like I was like, dude, it's a stupid banner.
Was I getting aggressive with him?
No, I was.
Okay.
No, I was.
I was defending you.
Oh,
so I was like, what's the matter, dude? Like, yeah.
So when
That's why I felt like after that night, I was like, we don't need to hang out with him again.
It was a problem because like if I was downtown or if I was out somewhere, this happened in Florida as well. If I get too drunk, I start like tearing shit down or like kicking over like newspaper stands and all that.
Yeah,
like
I could see that.
But it was the Irish whiskey back then. I used to drink Jameson like all the time. I'm telling you, ever since I switched over to bourbon, I'm fine.
He's fine.
And the Grand Marnier.
Oh yeah, we used to drink Grand Marnier like it was going out of style.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we thought we were sophisticated.
We did.
Drinking port, Grand Marnier.
We're
some like French aristocrats.
Yeah. I felt like a scene from Downton Abbey. I'm like, hello there, cheerio, good boy.
Say there, old Francis.
Hello, Merriman. How are you today?
All right.
Just sipping some.
All because you worked in a fancy restaurant.
Meanwhile, he's kicking over newspaper dispensers.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. Gets off from work, takes his tie off.
I was Bruce Wayne at work, and then when I got out, I was fucking Batman.
Yeah.
Have any of you fuckers seen the new Batman yet?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen
Jay?
it.
No, I have not.
It's good, man. It's good.
I have not. I think that it's funny though. That's like come kind of full circle for Robert Pattinson. He's a vampire. Right. And that was Breaking Dawn, like Twilight shits, and now he's like the Batman.
Well, you know what? Like, I know he has that like whole stigma of having that role from Twilight, but like I've seen him in other stuff, and he's a good actor. He's a British actor.
He is.
Most British people are good actors.
That is borderline racist.
That's racist as fuck, bro.
You heard it here on the old 77.
I'm categorizing all British people.
All British people are good actors.
Dude, Americans love British people. We love British people.
They're always the villain.
Yeah, something about that accent. And
like,
you guys know I love it.
It sounds when they curse, man. That's the best language.
Oh my God, it is.
It's still English, the best
Yes.
language of Christian English. God damn it.
The way they
the best
use, yeah, and the way they use cunt and twat, like so nonchalantly.
I feel like French is the right, the right pissy language to like curse people out in.
It's kind of in between German and
it's just pissy enough, you know.
I feel like with French, like you can be saying something, you can be saying the most lovely thing in the world, and it's still going to sound rude and angry.
Yeah.
I feel like that's German. German's just going to come off just screaming angry, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it is.
The waffles.
Yeah, whereas French is more like passive aggressive. Yeah.
I fuck you.
Your mother was a coat bearer, and I made her father.
Do you want creme brulee or not?
This is hand-cranked creme brulee.
The cream is homemade.
Skeet, skeet, skeet. I'm sorry, la skeet, skeet, skeet.
You know why the French are so angry, bro? You know why the French are so angry all the time? Is because they just let Germany come up in there.
Deodorant.
That too.
Deodorant
and the women
Too
have
many orgies.
And the women have hairy pits.
Oh.
That Mesopotamian look.
Love
Yeah,
it.
lack of personal hygiene.
Dude, we laugh, but that was legit, man.
Yeah, that shit is real.
That whole
Still is.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oof.
In France, we don't have showers. We have baths.
And I mean, it's also
We
kind
have
of
perfume.
It's also kind of a stereotype that British people have bad teeth, but I feel like I do see a lot of British people with bad teeth.
Yeah,
right.
isn't that weird? Like, what, their dentists suck over
You know,
there or something?
I don't know.
The reason that stereotypes
Something
hurt
was
is
a priority.
The reason they
Maybe.
hurt is sometimes they're there for a reason.
Sometimes what's there for a reason?
Stereotypes.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe
I mean,
they're
Not a stereotype if it's true.
Exactly, right?
Or maybe their dental plan's like different over there.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
probably
there's
better. It's probably 10 times better than ours.
Maybe
is
it's more.
here.
It's so expensive. They're like, fuck it. My teeth are just gonna get fucked up.
They
Maybe
probably
there's-
have universal health care.
Maybe there's too much
do.
lime in their water,
Maybe.
and it's
and not enough fluoride.
and not enough fluoride.
Bro, they're sticking the fluoride in there to deactivate your
Right?
pineal gland, bro, so you can't,
Yeah.
you know.
But even like for the most popular of English actors, they still have fucked up teeth. You're like, dude, get it fixed. You're like a multi-millionaire.
You can have a grill if you want.
Jude
bro.
Law.
Jude Law, he's probably the exception. He's probably the exception of any English person.
Any English person.
He's like the
Oh,
fucking.
he's a bad actor.
No, he's
a good actor.
He's like
No, he's got good teeth.
he's a fucking handsome guy. Like,
Right?
he's a really good dude.
Come on, who wouldn't make out with Jude Law?
I
What,
just like-
me.
That
All
guy
right,
gets
fine.
more.
Fuck you guys.
That guy gets
yeah,
more ass than
I
a
wouldn't
toilet
make out with
seat.
Jude Law.
He's getting up there.
He's getting up there.
I'm trying to think of like,
He's
you know,
Dumbledore now.
if
He
I,
is Dumbledore.
Like if I had to pick a
Dumbledore.
dude, who would I pick if I had to pick a dude?
Oh my God, are we gonna?
Are
ask
you
this?
Are you picking Jude Law?
Are we? No.
I don't want to go down this road.
Why
No,
do
we're
I? Why do
not-
I have to just pick one?
Okay, we don't have to go down this
All
road.
right.
Why,
Why
do I
can't-
have to just pick
Why
one?
can't I?
I like it. All right.
Why can't I just be the Limp Bizkit? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Gross.
I
That's
did-
fucking nasty.
Oh my God.
I never said that.
I had to
What?
Google that. I had to Google that one night. Limp Bizkit.
You had to Google Limp Bizkit?
Yeah, like what it actually means. Yeah.
Oh, it's a pancake.
Not the band.
It's a pancake.
No, a limp biscuit is a pancake.
It's a handmade pastry.
I did that. Never mind. I'm not gonna
No, you're right. What were you
Describe
going
what
to say?
that is.
Yeah, no,
I'm
you're
not
right.
going to talk about
The
it. man.
thing that you were going to describe is what it is, though, bro.
I'm not describing it because it's just too fucking nasty.
Google it, folks.
Yeah, Google it right now if you're listening. There, just Google it.
Thank me
and
later.
also Google a blue waffle. As
Oh my
well.
God, that is that's actually not true.
Listeners of the show will have already Googled Blue Waffle.
Actually, this has been like one of our cleaner shows late, like so far.
I know, right?
Well, let's turn it up.
Well, let's turn
Let's
it up.
crank it up, fuckers. Yeah.
Let's crank it up, fuckers.
Pretty sure no more kids will be coming down.
Yeah.
Jason, that's funny you said that, man. I don't remember that, but I kind of remember the guy like being a pussy.
Yes. See, I didn't want to say that, but yes, he was very much that vibe. Like he was afraid that the police were coming down and we were all going to jail because you ripped this vinyl banner for Bally's down from a window or some dumb shit. I was like, you need to relax, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't fun to hang out with.
He was looking out for you, bro.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
man, yeah.
He's being a good friend.
He was looking out for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Cops are gonna come, man.
Yeah, it was. Dude, the best time I ever, like, one of the best wedding receptions I've been to is Jay and Aaron's. And, dude, I got so like, I was fine until I went out to the van that night.
Oh, that sounds like
the guy had
Oh,
some buds out there. And now, after that, I was on the dance floor, but I had, like, wine all over me and shit.
Yeah, dude, like literally, I had one vision of you, like still, like you're like all together, hair slick, looking good, everything. We're dancing. Next thing I know, I look over, yeah, tie's gone, shirt undone,
shoveled,
wine all over the front of it, hair. Yeah,
it flips
and
like a
I'm like,
switch.
hey man, Sharon, you should go talk to Sharon.
Go talk to Sharon, bro.
That's right. Sharon.
Oh, here we go. Oh no. I'm thinking of Shannon.
Yeah. It's Sharon.
Dude, man, that was some night. That was some night. That was one of the
We now have
craziest
a Sharon.
fucking nights I ever had.
Shannon.
Oh wait, was it Fridays?
We got yeah. We went we went back to Fridays. Right there on the main line. What was it, the main line right there?
Yeah, dude. That's like right now where I'm gonna be working.
We went there for something, and then we went out to her car. Like, she had this huge SUV thing, and things happened in there.
Nice.
It was the Explorer Sport Track.
Yeah.
Was there any exploring going on?
You climbed into the back of what was essentially a crew cab Ranger.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did. It was
Went for
glorious.
it.
I was so drunk that night. Oh my god.
Went for it.
Got so fucking blissed at Jason's wedding.
Oh my god. I haven't thought about that in a long time. Oh,
And
thank you.
I lived in Florida at the time, so I was up for Jay's wedding for like 2 weeks. I was fucking had a blast.
Oh, Jay, I'm going to Colorado tomorrow, bro. I'm excited about it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's better than California, in my opinion, because like they don't tax it quite as much, and you can get like better deals. Yeah, I went to California a few years back. It was like I would have been better off taking stuff from my dispensary with me.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Because of the taxes out there. They were like, it was like almost 30%. It was ridiculous.
Have you been to Oregon and checked out their legal market out there by
I have
chance?
not, but I've heard that it's like insanely cheap.
I've heard Oregon and Colorado are the two states that are doing it the best way so far.
Yeah.
If you were rolling to Colorado, what's some of the product that you would pick up?
Oh man.
Anything Dave should be on the lookout for?
Yeah.
Man, I bet you they got some great concentrates for cheap out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go concentrate for sure. I'm a concentrate fan now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, like the way I understand it, like Colorado, like they even like you go in places and they'll give you like they got like dab bars and stuff
no
like
kidding.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Like you can rent a limo and they'll just drive you all over town and take you to different places.
Tours.
Yeah.
There's definitely tourism there. Yeah.
Lots of it.
Yeah, the wake and bake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of the bed and
Yeah,
breakfast.
yeah. Oh, dude, get edibles. Get the most potent edibles you can find. That's what you should get.
I'm not a big edible guy, man.
You will be.
Dude, okay, so what's like an average dose for you when you take edibles?
Okay, so for me to like feel it, to actually be intoxicated,
Mhm.
to get high from it, I
Yeah.
need 50 milligrams.
Okay.
I need a 50 milligram dose.
Yeah.
So like I have capsules right now that are 50 milligrams. They can be on the pricey side. There, it's $100 for a 20 pack.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad because it's the highest dose like available unless you get like RSO capsules.
Yeah, everything else is usually like 10 milligrams at a time, right? Mostly.
Yeah, so I'll take 50, like say, let's say I'm starting my work day at 8 o'clock or whatever, I'll take 50 at 6:30 in the morning. So that by the time I get to work, that first capsule is like fully into my system. And I'm feeling the effects of that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm taking the second one by 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got to take it within the 4 hours apart.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, too much time elapses, and I don't get the extended.
Yeah.
The extended high. I still get the
Right.
medicine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still medicated, but
Yeah.
like if I stack them, basically is what I call. You know, I stagger them like 4 hours apart. I can maintain like that. Those 2 capsules will turn into like 10 hours of medication and a good extended period of time. Like I'm good and high.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like 100 milligrams, 150 for sure.
So
does me good.
It seems like for me, when I try edibles, like lower doses, I don't even notice them at all. And then like I reach a point where they just kind of just like put me to sleep, and I don't really enjoy it as much. Like I would use it if specifically if I needed to fucking sleep, then I might go that route. But like I don't seem to enjoy it as much that way.
Yeah, I don't know, because like, I guess like maybe it's what I choose to get and everything. Basically all edibles are gonna hit you like a hybrid effect.
Yeah.
Like the terpenes don't matter so much because it's processed by the liver.
Right.
It's not hitting your bloodstream through your lungs, and everything like that. It's processed by your liver, so that's why it's 4 times more potent. So someone could be a very experienced smoker,
right?
I've been smoking weed for 20 years. You tell someone, be careful with that brown,
right,
or whatever. Like, fuck you,
right?
Me too.
I've been smoking since before you were born,
right?
And then the next thing you know, they're having a panic attack, curled up in the corner,
right?
Crying for their mommy. And it's like,
isn't it like a slightly different version of THC that you absorb through your stomach?
Yes, yeah. And instead of it being like that delta tetrahydrocannabinol number 9 or whatever, that you get from the
smoking or vaping,
the heating of it, it turns into 12 instead of 9. It's 12. That's what it becomes in your liver,
and so that's
why it's times more.
It's crazy to see the difference between which organ it uses. Like if it goes through your liver, it just hits you a lot stronger. You know what I mean? It's
so
it spreads throughout your body a lot slower.
Yeah,
and
we should smoke our alcohol, man. Quick, let's get the flame on that.
Tell us about tinctures, Jay.
You got to freeze it first.
So tinctures, a true tincture is like an ethanol base. It's a really slow extraction and everything. They normally have a horrible burn to them. You're supposed to just like hold it under your tongue for about 30 seconds and then swallow it. It absorbs into your mucous membrane. That's only if it's a true tincture, like an ethanol. Most what you find everywhere are oral solutions, which are oil-based. So like some type of MCT oil or something like that. And you don't have to drop those under your tongue. They're just, you treat it as in like any other edible, like any other oral. You just like drop it into your mouth and immediately swallow it. It does take effect a little bit quicker, but it's not as strong, even for the same like milligram dosage. And it doesn't last as long.
Okay, so
some people like that.
Okay, well, yeah, sure. Okay, of course. But for a season pro, maybe not.
Yeah. But now they do make some really strong tinctures too, like 1,600 milligrams, where like each 1 milliliter dropper is 60 milligrams of THC. When those come through, I'll occasionally buy those just because it's a good afternoon.
That sounds like a good afternoon, man.
It sounds like you should do some of that and go to a Phillies game.
I'll tell you, one morning we had them in stock, and me and one of my coworkers each had a bottle. And dude, he took 3 droppers straight out the gate.
Oh
bang,
shit!
bang, bang. Yeah, so that's like 180 milligrams.
Oh my god!
Straight out the gate. I was like, oh my god, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I'll be fine or whatever. I took 2,
which is a lot.
Yeah, it was 120 milligrams.
Yeah, that's a lot.
One before I left for work, and then one after I got there, and it got to be at one point. Another employee was there, and she was talking to me, and I could not focus on anything at all that she was saying. It took everything I was trying to do my inventory work, and I'm just like trying to enter my numbers and cross-reference, anything that may have been missing or whatever, discrepancies and whatnot. And she's trying to talk to me about something, and I was like, I can't listen to you. I can't focus on this. I gotta go hit my 1-to-1 pen. I was too high. Like I couldn't function. Like that was the first time, like in a long, long time, where I was like, all right, like too much.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
actually consumed too much. Yeah.
So you dropped a little phrase in there, and I think I know what you meant. You said, "Let me go hit my 1-to-1 pen."
Yeah.
You're talking about like THC to CBD ratio is 1-to-1, and so
Correct, yeah,
that's what you
people
should do if you have like too much THC is you ingest some CBD and it chills you out a little bit, right?
Yeah. So that's the wonderful thing about about cannabis. You know, the THC and CBD, they're both in the plant. You know, they're both there occurring naturally. They both have their wonderful benefits and can work together, but they also counteract each other's effects.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, like the anti-inflammatory properties of CBD and the anti-anxiety properties and stuff like that, that's what will counteract, the like if someone feels racy and stuff like that from the high THC, they're too high,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
They get the CBD in them, it counteracts that, brings it down. But what's great is like how they work together.
Yeah.
1-to-1 for me, it just puts me in a good mood. Like I don't feel high at all. Like I just feel like it's not even mellow. Like I'm in a good mood.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even say like happy.
Right.
Like it's not quite to that extent. It's not euphoric or anything like
Right.
that. Like I just don't know any other way to
I
describe it.
need to try
Like,
1-to-1. I've never consumed cannabis that way before.
I was highly resistant for the longest time because I was like, man, if I'm spending the money, like I want to get high.
Yeah,
You
right.
know? Like, let's be real.
Man,
Yes,
I wish I had that. When I went to the Phillies game that one time, I ate like 3 brownies.
Yeah, you could have used some 1-to-1.
And I went
huh?
to the Phillies game. I was sitting like first row, like left field.
Yeah.
And I was zonked out. There was like a home run hit our way. I'm just like, didn't even get up. I'm like, fuck it, I don't care.
But here's the funny thing though, because you had come to the realization that you were like so high, and then right before you left, what do? I walk into the kitchen and here you are shoveling more into your mouth.
Yeah. Man's got to do what a man's got to do.
So here in Missouri, we have this.
Opening day.
Go ahead, Scott.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was another time. It was opening day though.
Go ahead, Scott.
I was going to say, so here in Missouri, we have this product called Delta 8. Have you ever heard of
Yes.
that? What is that? I hear people talking about it all the time.
All right, so Delta 9 is actually what gets you high. The Delta 8 actually, although it does have some slightly psychoactive effects, they're not necessarily intoxicating. Like you don't necessarily get high. Some people say they definitely feel something from it, but Delta 8 is really what helps with nausea.
Ah.
Like that treats nausea better than the Delta 9. Like I've always, like you'd said earlier that anytime you felt ill, your stomach, settles your stomach is, you would consume and you would feel better. Like I got to that. That's what I always did too. But then when I was sick, like a few years back, couldn't figure out what was wrong because when I'd been in Starbucks for maybe like 6 months, and I swear to God that place was making me sick. It was like their coffee, like it's just too strong, the caffeine content, whatever. I don't know, because like after I stopped working there, I started getting better.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Delta 8.
It wasn't until then where it's like, okay, like cannabis, it wasn't working. It just wasn't working. Zofran, all that, like nothing was working to relieve the nausea. And then we had literally just gotten these Delta 8 cartridges in. And we were trying to, like, no one really knew what they were about. We knew a little bit, so I tried one. And for me, like, I didn't feel high. Like I said, I noticed a little presence of something.
Yeah.
It did relieve my stomach a little bit.
That's good to know, man. I've tried Delta 8 and like I definitely could feel it, but it was not. Yeah, it's not nearly as intense as the real thing. But it's good to know because I hadn't heard that it specifically seems to be good for nausea. That's good to know. That might be a good idea for me to keep one of those in my toolkit.
Just kind of hang on to one of those.
Yeah, just in case. Yeah.
Yeah.
This man is full of facts, boys. Learning so much.
Dave's got notes going on over here, doing everything.
I got 6 monitors.
Yeah.
I love it.
There is a shitload of monitors.
I'm working on my spreadsheet. Yeah.
Hey, boys, we need to thank. We have a brand new Patreon patron.
Yes, we do.
We have Chess Team Records.
Chess Team.
Dub IZ.
What up to Dub IZ?
The homie
Chess
Mo.
Team Records on the platform.
Whatever you want to call the man. He goes by many monikers.
We've got JT and the Paranormal Son.
The homie in Auckland.
Right. Our boy, Sir Biscuit Strength.
The Biscuit.
Love that guy.
The Biscuit. And the Jeff City Paranormal Society.
That's right.
Who just sold out the Rip and Sip.
Awesome.
Yeah, they've got a haunted tour beer crawl thing going on.
That's awesome. Yeah, I see that they are.
I love that.
They are revving up for spring
Yeah.
and summer, doing more tours.
They're jumping up, man.
Yeah.
Good for them, man.
Check them out.
Fixing,
It's
yeah.
good people. I know all those people, and they're all my friends.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys for the cool down.
What? Yeah, we're gonna do the cool down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming up.
On the old 77.
So does the actual brewing take place in this building? Where do you guys do all of that?
Yeah, no, everything, all the beer here is made on site. It's in the back room. If you go in the tap room, those big glass windows, that's the brew house.
You guys have to
Every
take me
drop of
back
beer
there
is
later.
made
I don't
back
think
there.
I've been back there before.
Just don't leave him by himself back there.
Yeah, that's right. You might need to watch me. Keep one eye on
We
me.
like the movie Strange Brew and take a nap
Yeah,
inside
take a nap inside the
vat.
brewery vat. Yeah.
He might mistake the tank as a urinal. You never know.
That's the secret sauce, Maddie.
Drink myself out of this thing.
If you're local, check out Last Flight Brewing Company today. Go enjoy some sunshine. Get off your couch. Go. Go right now. Fill up your growler.
It's time for the cool down on the old 77.
Welcome back.
It is time for cool down.
It is.
Sorry,
It
I was
is.
still chewing this amazing high chew crack that Dave has brought into my home.
Yeah, if you don't know about high chews, man, you're living.
This is the first time.
You're living in the dark ages, bro.
I'm just saying.
And I was living in the dark ages like 3 months ago. So.
Dude, you know what I don't see much of these days? Now and laters. What happened to those?
I always felt like now and laters were too hard, man. Like every time I would get a hold of a now and later, it's like fucking, nearly
waxy.
rip your teeth out of your mouth with it. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
So these are like everything a now and later could be.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because the
Man.
now and laters were
You
always
should work for
waxy
iTunes.
as shit.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. What's your favorite candy?
Oh, are we talking like overall candy?
Like something that you would find in the checkout line at the grocery store.
Mine's easy.
Go for it.
Mike and Ike's.
Mike and Ike?
I love fucking Mike and Ike's, dude.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna remember that, dude.
So you'll roll for a Mike and Ike's. That's the first thing you'll go for.
Absolutely.
Wow.
If they have a 0 bar, I'll nail that thing every time.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like it.
It's hard for me to pick one, man, but.
Zagnut.
You guys ever had a symphony bar?
Yes,
yeah.
those were
Symphony
good.
bars are
those-
fucking
those are
yummy.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember the whatchamacallits
Dark
back in the
chocolate,
day?
man.
Yeah,
Well,
I
how
remember
about
whatchamacallits.
How about you, Jason?
delicious.
What's your first? What's your first?
Dark chocolate.
choice?
Yeah,
And-
just
Anything with dark
Delicious.
chocolate?
Rich chocolate. Rich.
regular old dark chocolate. Give me a special dark bar. Delicious.
I'll fuck it
I
up.
loved it. As a kid, we would go, trick or treating and everything, and
Yeah.
like they would have those bag of miniatures that people would throw in there. No one in my family liked the special dark, so like I would just get all of those. I was so happy.
Bunch of racists.
Those
were the
were
happiest
pretty
kid
rough.
in the world.
Let's be honest. Those were pretty fucking rough back in the day. Whoa.
I
Oh,
had a dark chocolate version of a Reese's peanut butter cup the other day, and it was pretty fucking yummy.
Well, I was just going to go there. Yeah. Reese's peanut butter cups are my John, and I love.
I had a Milky Way Midnight. That's delicious.
Dude, Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, I
are
love
delicious.
Reese's Pieces. Oh, they're the best.
How do you guys feel about the Reese's cup that is full of Reese's Pieces?
That they're excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little overblown. I mean,
Too
just give me
much?
something simple. Yeah, I just want the peanut
Did
butter
you see
chocolate.
this
Yeah.
new one with potato chips in it?
With the potato chips in it?
Yeah, I just saw a commercial night. A Reese's Big Cup with potato chips.
What?
What the fuck, man?
Maybe they're trying it out in this market.
What
They
a-
tend to do that in the Midwest.
What a
Yeah.
time to be alive.
Right?
Give it to those Midwestern motherfuckers, you know.
I
What
guess.
a time to be alive.
Or you could just buy a bag of Lay's and eat them both at the same time.
I mean, I understand the salty and sweet. You know, I guess maybe it could work, but it's
Yeah.
just weird. Chips inside the Reese's.
I do like things that have a crunchy texture when they are mixed in with chocolate or candy, you know? Yeah.
Jay used to get this
Ooh.
stuff. It was called cheesy goodness.
Oh,
Yeah?
the cheesy goodness. Now I make a way better cheesy goodness than we
Oh,
ever
I
bought.
bet you do now, man. You do the
I got them
nachos.
scales. I got skills, son.
Yeah,
I know you do, dude. My cooking skills have gone up too, man. I am a fucking chef in my own.
Since you got married?
In my own kingdom, yeah. Oh yeah, because you have to do your part. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So you just kind of learn on the fly.
Yes, you do.
I'm a really good cook now.
You have to do your part. Someone should tell Aaron.
Do you enjoy cooking?
Yeah. No, I really do. Yeah. But we make a great team in the kitchen, me and the wifey. She likes to do the prep work, like any of the chopping and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I hate that crap. You know, so yeah. And generally, if I cook, then they clean.
I like to play some like old school jazz, like some
Yeah.
John Coltrane. Like I love to have some music going in the background and just zone out
Mhm.
while you're doing that kind of
Yeah,
shit, cutting the onions and
Like,
all that kind of stuff.
Lately, my go-to when I'm cooking and like I'm prepping to cook is a podcast. It's shout out to this woman. Her name's Ashley Sowers, and
Right on.
it's Ghost in the Burbs, and it's out of Massachusetts. Dude, it's a fucking the stories that she used to be like a writer, and then she blogged and all that, and then she just like got her own podcast together. And
That's what everybody's
doing. It's pretty fucking cool. Like this whole town is haunted, and all these people that she knows, like they have all a story and they all connect somehow, and the stories are fucking like they're
That's cool.
horrific, dude.
Wow.
Like they're they're frightful.
That's cool.
I'm on her website right now.
And
They're
it's a cool podcast. But like 2 nights ago, recently my buddy Rich, he passed away. Richie Cat.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry to
God
hear
bless
that.
his soul.
Yeah, man.
Great guy, man. He passed away back in early December, and so like 2 nights ago, I had this dream that like I was hanging out with him all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And then like I was talking to him, and all I can remember from the dream is like he was laughing and he was happy, and he was saying he was fine, and like when we hugged. When we embraced, to say, like, just to embrace, because it was crazy. I just like got this emotion, like,
right.
I don't know if it was, I don't know, man. I was dreaming. So
Yeah,
what's
but
real, you know?
Yeah, that's what you were saying when we
If
talked
it felt
about
real to you, then I feel like he came to you.
The embrace felt like
Yes.
you and I are just greeting each other tonight.
Yeah.
That's how strong it felt.
Yeah.
And I just remember him laughing as I'm like kind of getting emotional, and then like not even 10 minutes later, I feel like I woke up or something.
Yeah.
Because I was like, and I kept thinking about it yesterday. I'm like,
I've had those dreams.
I'm like, man, that felt so fucking real. And it happened right, years ago. My friend, one of my best buddies, Christian, he passed away, and it happened then too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, maybe it's, I don't know, man, what to make of it.
I was telling you, man, like those dreams like that are gifts.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I 10 years ago, I would have said, oh, it's just,
Right.
your brain trying to make sense of your
Yeah.
buddy passing or whatever, but now that I actually know some things about those types of events,
Mhm.
and I've read a lot about them, and we've talked a lot about those types of things happening, and instances where people in two completely separate places will have a dream where they're together
That's
at the same
crazy.
time.
That's
Like they'll have
crazy.
a co-dream together in completely different places. Like there's tons of examples of things like that happening.
Who needs
So-
the metaverse then? You do that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna resist the fuck out of that whole metaverse
Yeah, fuck that
thing.
shit. I'm on.
Oh yeah, same. Yeah. That's Wally and like
Minority
I don't know,
Report.
yeah, dude, it's like
Dude, that brings
Idiocracy.
That brings up a good.
Right,
That brings up a good question
Great movie.
though. If you guys can't advertise your product now through traditional means, will you be able to advertise in the metaverse?
I'm sure.
Because if that
I
thing
don't
blows
know,
up like the Zuck says it will,
because it's like everything done in PA is regulated by the state.
yeah.
So yeah, we can't post on Instagram. Like all of the stuff is it's like so a company can have most of the companies operate in multiple states, so they'll have like a main page, or whatever, and they'll show stuff from like a recreational market or something like that. There's
Right.
never anything shown from Pennsylvania, like never.
It's like a landing page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's I don't know, man. It's just so weird what they choose to, like I said, get involved in and whatnot. Like people can advertise about, like, oh, come and get your medical marijuana card from us. We make it real easy, and that's totally fine. Have that on the radio, and everything. But like we, or any dispensary, can't put an ad on the radio to say, hey, come to our location and get,
right.
From this time to this time, we're going to do, $200 ounces.
If the pharmaceutical companies can do it, I feel like the dispensaries should be able to do it
That
too.
seems like discrimination on their part.
It does.
So that's where it gets funny too, because like, you say if pharmaceutical can do it, but like you go to CVS, they don't run sales on Vicodin. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's weird. It's like really Pennsylvania operates under almost like the medical facade. They regulate what they want. They get involved where they really, really want to, and then they kind of like let other stuff go.
Right.
It used to be really, really strict on like if we suspected someone of diversion, meaning like a patient purchasing medicine for someone else, that's against the law. We're supposed to notify the DOH. Like we're literally supposed to call the DOH and be like, I'm reporting this patient. But we've also been told by our company then, it's not our job. We're not the police. Like we're not here to police the patients.
Yeah.
Want them to come here. It just needs to be a safe environment. At most, if someone says like, because they'll say it on plenty of occasions, they're like, oh well, she told me to get this or he said that, and I'm like, when you say he or she, I'm assuming you're talking about yourself because you're the patient.
Right.
And this medicine is intended for your medical use alone.
Right.
And then most of them get it. Most of them are like, okay, yeah, for me, maybe.
Yeah.
But then other people, it's like they'll say it again and again, and it's like, look, you are bordering on me, like having to kick you out of here.
Yeah.
Like you're telling me straight up that this is not for you. That's against the law. If I allow that, then I'm compliant. You're complacent.
Yeah.
Have you had to tell them that before? Have you actually had to tell somebody that before?
Yes. In the beginning, it was so blatant, and like in the beginning too, like visitors were allowed to come in. Like as long as you had a valid ID, you could come in with a patient. This is before they enacted the whole caregiver thing, and before they got like really, really strict.
Right.
So we would have people coming in, and it's like it'd be like a man and woman, husband, wife, or whatever, and like the woman is the patient, but the husband is looking at the menu and trying to tell me what to put in for the order.
Right.
And I'm like, you're not the patient.
Right.
I can't even really talk to you.
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, okay, I get what you're saying or whatever. And then you start to ask me questions, and I'm like, dude, like I just told you, you're not the patient. I can't have a conversation with you. Like I can ask you any questions, you answer whatever you want about like cannabis in general, uses, methods, but we're talking about strain specific, and like your needs.
Yes.
Like, I can talk to you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it
so
doesn't.
that got touchy sometimes.
It doesn't take a huge brain to figure those things out. When somebody tries to nicely tell you to chill out a little bit. It's going to be that way for a while,
Oh, a long while, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're an old school guy, man, you're used to talking in code anyway. So.
But you know what? I'm glad we're seeing the light of day now of this.
Yeah.
It's really coming along well, and
the next one's going to be mushrooms, boys. Psilocybin. That's going to be the next one.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Already is. Yeah, in the next 5 years, there's going to be clinics that you can go to and take that stuff. There's going to be clinics you can go to and take ecstasy, basically MDMA.
Jesus.
Not around here.
For PTSD, dude. There's ketamine clinics now. There's a ketamine clinic in Colombia.
Dude, you hear people like dying from ketamine all the time.
Not if they take it responsibly. No.
Okay.
Yeah. No, definitely not by going to a clinic and
Okay.
No,
So what you think about
safe.
ayahuasca?
Ayahuasca is very interesting, man. I've never tried it.
Me neither.
Now, isn't that another one of those? If you smoke it, it immediately gets to your bloodstream. But if you ingest it,
is it chemically made or is it natural?
It does something else.
Ayahuasca is plants. Yeah, ayahuasca is two plants that they brew together. One plant contains DMT.
Crazy.
The other plant contains the MAOI inhibitor, And
Where's the plant come from?
South America.
Get out. No
But
shit.
if you take the two plants separately, it's not going to do shit to you.
That's not what I'm thinking then.
But when you take them together, you get ayahuasca. But
concoction.
It's a concoction, yeah. But there's DMT. Like you can get pure DMT and you can smoke that, and I think it's instant. You know, and
that's it.
And it lasts for about 15 minutes. They say, yeah.
And it's just the most intense fucking trip you've ever had.
And everybody also says
vivid.
Yeah, and it's more real than real life.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
People also say it like reveals some very deep inner like shit.
Oh yeah, it's very deep stuff.
Like it forces you to go through your own shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle that shit.
You know, it's like in this 15 minutes, like may seem like an eternity or whatever,
Sure.
and you realize that your whole life you just been a fucking lazy piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know, you like treated everyone horribly, you know, or whatever, and like all of your problems in your life that you blame on everyone else, it's really just you.
Yeah.
You know, and everything. That's some heavy ass shit.
Yeah, fuck that.
But I mean, you know,
something like that.
mushrooms do that to you too, but on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
You know, not as intense.
Yeah, I guess with the expansion of your mind and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
It depends on your, and I think it depends on your surroundings as well.
Oh, 100%.
Like when I was
yeah.
on shrooms, dude, down in Florida, we would walk the whole perimeter of the island, and I was fine. I didn't think about anything but like this fucking sand and the sky and like, fucking crabs and shit.
Yeah, you're in a good environment. Crabs
in the water, right? In the water.
Yes, in the water.
You don't want to bite your toes.
I had to shave my head, motherfucker.
Oh man. I remember I tried to go after a crab once at the beach, and that fucker snapped at me.
Yeah.
they're
Hey
not
Jay,
nice.
never eat crabs at a strip club. Don't eat the wings.
Where's that The More You Know graphic again now? Yep. Good job.
Oh, the cool down. That's right. My buddy Jason. Yeah.
77.
My buddy Jason Christiansen from Philadelphia.
In the house. What
In the
time?
house
What time
tonight.
is it in Philly right now? Are you an hour ahead of us or two?
It's 1. Dave.
1. Okay. all
It's
right.
Eastern time.
Okay.
That's right.
1 hour.
Oh.
Dude,
I didn't know if Philadelphia
Dick
was.
Slayer is looking down at you right now, being like, "Come on, boy."
Come on, boy.
And shit, I'm over here like it's 1 o'clock.
No, you're right, Maddie. Like I totally knew the answer to that question.
all right.
Yeah, you know.
What
That's
the
right.
shit?
What is Dave on right
Like
now?
you know, I used to watch Sports Center when I was
He's
a
on some
kid.
Chubba Wubba, whatever the fuck that shit was
Yeah,
called.
man. The high chew.
The high chew.
It's good stuff.
I've almost ate that whole damn bag. Take that away from me.
I get knocked down and I get up again.
Hey man, let me
So
tub
great.
thump.
Good shit.
Let
Have
me
a high chew,
Let me
man.
tub thump over here. What are these? These are the high chew,
High chew,
green
cherry,
apples.
and green apple.
See, that's the only bad thing about having Jay remotely is that I cannot hand him a high chew right now. I'm a little disappointed about that.
I've been over here like chomping on the high chews.
Green apple, so delicious.
We'll get you in studio.
You're all about the
sometime,
green
man.
apple, huh?
It's good.
Love it.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm a green
Kiwi,
apple guy.
kiwi so delicious.
Okay. I'm gonna remember that. I've not done kiwi yet, but I will.
Yeah, there's another package.
These
Looks very
motherfuckers-
similar to that.
These motherfuckers
Slightly
should be
different
paying us to talk about them tonight.
We need to contact. Look at the back of the bag. See who makes that.
Scotty's on
Maddie,
it.
reach out.
Scotty's
Reach out
on
and
it.
touch someone, baby. Touch him good.
Can you see the small print over there, Scotty?
No, I'm blind as
Where
shit. I'm
is-
old.
I know. I see you struggling over there.
Yeah, dude, I feel that because like you saw I had my readers on when we first came on, but dude, in the last like 2 years, my vision has gone to shit. Like I had perfect vision up until 2 years ago.
I second that. Now I need glasses
I gotta
when I read and all that. Yeah, when I read or if I'm at work, I'm in front of a computer. I need to have them on. But like my foresight is failing me.
Yeah.
My foreskin is failing me.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
I thought you had that shit cut off back in the day.
I did.
A foreskin.
I did.
It grew back. That's what he means. It's failing him.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like fucking.
It's growing back.
That's what I thought, man. This stuff is under
Yeah.
license from a company in Japan.
Oh wow.
Cool.
So that's what I thought. These were too good. They were too weird.
You
That
could
has
have
to-
been American made.
Yeah,
It's
that
not an
has
American product.
that has to be a Japanese product.
Is that really what you thought it would be?
Yeah, I
Japanese?
thought it was Japanese.
Good intuition, man.
Chinese is it's too. I hate to say this. This is going to come off so bad.
Asian?
It's too colorful to be Chinese.
Okay, like you mean like the actual physical colors on
like
the packaging?
I feel like a Pokemon's going to jump out of this
Right,
thing
that's
and like
true.
shove its fist in my ass.
A little bit.
The Japanese are really good at advertising
Right?
stuff like
They
that.
are.
Everything in Japan
Well, if
is.
you've ever been to like a Japanese festival and seen any of their like candies, they're fucking weird,
Yeah.
man.
Have you been to a Japanese festival?
I have a couple of them.
For real?
For reals.
Yeah.
In St. Louis.
Okay.
Do you guys
I thought
talk
meant
about
like a
fucking
festival.
Hiroshima
No.
and Nagasaki?
Those are sore subjects.
Maddie's joined the party.
Grandpa's toenails still glow at
Give me
night.
Give me some. How about Nagasaki?
Hold on, he's coming.
How about Nagasaki, motherfucker?
Oh, that's so terrible.
That's terrible. Sorry, guys. I don't even know why I even said that stuff. Hey, you should cut that out.
No
Maybe,
way.
Maybe not.
F8.
No way.
No
F8.
one
F8.
listens to this far into the show except for.
If you're in this deep, then you know what you're getting into.
We apologize
I
for
love your
nothing.
confidence, Maddie.
Trust me, there has been worse said
Oh my God.
than
Yes.
this.
Yeah. Many times. Many times.
You know,
But then again, I'm also that guy that tells Holocaust jokes in front of the Jewish person at work. So
Yeah.
I did that the other
Yeah,
day. I
that's-
said something, and she was like, "Oh, it won't be that bad." I'm like, "Go get a shower or something."
Oh,
Not like
no.
that. Not like that.
Oh no.
It'd be racist if you didn't tell it in front of her.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a good
The
point.
thing is, she tells like Christ jokes.
Oh my God!
Jesus
right?
Christ jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why
Hey,
can't
man.
Jesus play hockey? Because he
He always gets nailed to the boards.
Yeah, nailed to the boards.
Is that has she actually told that joke before?
So
Yes.
here's the funny thing, man. She used to
Wow.
tell. She was doing a coach's show one night.
She was a board
and
op
she
for
was
this,
yeah,
yeah.
she was board op in a collegiate school, and they were doing some coach's show at like a Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever. And her and the dude on site always had this same like what we're doing, you know.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, blah blah blah. Oh Jew. Right, you know, it was a little banter back and forth. And so she told that joke, hey, why can't, Jesus play hockey? Because he always gets nailed to the boards. And she said she heard the whole crowd in the restaurant go, oh.
Yeah.
He had her on the overhead.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So she told that joke to the entire restaurant.
Because their PA was hooked into
Right.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Time to retire that joke.
Yeah,
folks.
yeah, no doubt.
After that. Come on.
Cousin
man.
of God who was
Well, that
one
surprises
of
me.
us.
The reason why that surprises me is because every joke that Shelly tells me is almost always very,
Unique?
No, not unique. Just it's rarely anything that's dirty.
I tell her all the time. All the time. I love it when you Jew it up.
Yes, I've heard you say that. I've heard you
Because
say
she'll
that.
come around the corner, man, and she'll be sweating or something, right? No fucking reason should she at any point look around and go, boy, I'm really plotzing over here, But she'll say that shit. So I just started out of the blue calling her my best mensch. I was like, you're my best mensch.
That's funny, dude.
So she's my uber mensch.
She has a great sense of
Oh,
sense
yeah.
of humor. So
Mensch,
has.
please. You ever use that one?
Mensch, please.
I will now.
Okay.
Mensch, please.
You're welcome.
Yo.
You're welcome, Shelly.
Go, Mensch. It's your birthday.
Thanks for being a good sport.
Party like it's your birthday.
I'm gonna eat some hot shoes like it's my birthday.
We're gonna start like David. It's your birthday, and we don't give a fuck because it's your birthday. Find me in the Mensch.
That was a long setup, man.
Thank you. I could have got at least some fucking flange, so I said.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
No, it's too late, Scott.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I was waiting for you to spit hot fire.
Hot fire.
I have hot fires.
That's as fire as I can get it, bro. Sorry.
Come on, Maddie. You flow like a nose in January.
I do not. I float like the fucking river going downstream and shit.
Find me in the club.
Someone's trying to piss in it, and there I am.
Downstream of the piss.
We got so many stickers in here, boys.
Tonight's been
we
a good
do.
show, man.
That's
Thanks
been a
for
great show tonight.
It
Thanks
has
for
been a
being
great
on it
show.
tonight, brother.
Oh, yeah, it's my pleasure.
Thanks for coming
My
on,
pleasure.
man. Anytime.
What time do you have to be in work tomorrow?
Not till noon tomorrow.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Typical weed.
And I got another week, man. So I don't give a fuck.
Typical pot smoker.
The foot
Typical
is out.
pot smoker doesn't show up to work till noon.
The 1 foot is out the door. You
Right,
know?
and he's a foot out the door. I don't give up.
No, I mean, like it's funny because when I told my boss that I would give her until the 1st, she like literally just doesn't understand why I'm being so good.
Oh, really?
Still, yeah. She's like, I really really appreciate it because none of what's happening matters to you.
Yeah, you
They
could have
fired
bailed.
They fired a guy today. I just gave notice. Last week she's gonna have like 3 new people to train, and she's brand new in her role. So, yeah, she's in for a hell of a ride.
An uphill
But I'm not even
climb.
doing it for her. I'm doing it to help my buddy out that's there. Because if I don't, I'm gonna get a message from someone a month from now saying that he killed himself.
Oh, shit. Jesus.
Like, he's not having a good time right now. Like he feels abandoned.
Well,
Feels abandoned.
You're being a good dude by sticking around at least.
Yeah, without a.
That's what I told him, dude. I'm doing this for you, dude. I was like, you need to take vacation like next week because it's the last week I'm here. Because if you wait until afterwards, you're not going to be able to take it because they're just going to be that much more behind the 8 ball. So get it approved. So I made sure you had it approved before I gave notice.
That's a good friend right there.
But the good thing is you're not burning your bridge. It's like whenever you never
Right.
know down the line where like maybe you and your current boss is.
You
know,
might run into
you
each other
might-
somewhere
Yeah,
else.
you might be able to do
you
something
might
else
need a
down
little-
the road.
Yeah, you might need a little help from her, or she might need a little help
I'll
from you.
never need nothing from her. But like the national director of retail lives in the Philadelphia area, and he was at the store today.
Oh, right on.
And he was like, "Yeah, I heard you're leaving," and asked where I was going and everything, and why and everything. So I told him, all the reasons. I said, I just can't get passed over for a position that I know that I'm the most qualified for. Like I can't let that happen again. So
Got to do what you got to do.
That's it.
Plus this job came to me. I was like, just the timing of everything. It was time to move on.
Yeah.
Time to explore something different. So
Not only that, but it's more money for you and your family.
yeah, and it just happens to be, like I said, one of the top companies in the business in the country. So
Yeah, lots of room for growth.
Yeah, you got to be involved in that.
I think you'll go far, brother.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah. This man knows his shit.
So when I went out to Philly to go visit Big Philly, and it was back in July, Jay only lives like 10 minutes away from Mike, so he came up.
Big
What kind of edibles did you bring with you, man? Because like that, they were pretty darn good.
Those are actually gummies from my neighbor.
Oh,
those
okay,
were
gotcha.
from California.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets some shift. Yeah.
Those things were strong, to say the least.
Those are good too.
I think
Were they like the little peaches and like the sour belts or something like that?
I couldn't move, dude. I couldn't move.
Yeah, dude.
How much did you take?
Yeah, it was fun.
I ate like, I don't know, 3.
They were only 30 milligrams.
Yeah, I was
they were
probably-
30 milligrams, I think.
Oh, each? So he had like, you had like 90, 100.
I popped 2 right away, and I was like fucked up. I couldn't even,
Yeah.
my body was all numb and shit.
Yeah, you took too much, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you slept great that night, though, didn't you?
We tried to do a podcast that night.
Slept really good.
Yeah, I think we called.
Yeah,
that
you
night,
did. And I was
yeah.
like, "Ooh."
Oh, that night.
Yeah.
I remember that night.
I had paralysis of the face. I was like, hey.
Okay, brother.
I'm having technical difficulties.
Jay's like, it was good seeing you, bro. I was like, good too, man.
Yeah. We'll cut to the technical difficulty screen. Do we have a technical difficulty screen?
No.
With like some cheesy like lounge music playing in the background.
Picture of Matt drunk.
That can be our technical difficulties graphic.
Yeah, we've seen a
He's
lot
got to be
of.
dressed up like an Indian, though.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
We've seen a lot of like shitty nights together, brother.
Shitty.
We've seen a lot of good nights.
Oh yeah, there were some good nights. Yeah, that was some fun times, man.
Good nights.
Way more good nights than bad nights, hopefully.
Do we have a good night story?
Oh,
I
good
sense.
night
I feel one brewing.
do you? Okay.
All right.
We went out to Arizona.
Okay. Oh yeah, here we go.
So Maddie never been on a plane before.
Yeah,
I had
it's
just
first
gotten
time ever.
divorced from my my first wife, and I had planned this trip for like the week of my birthday, and I knew that like it was going to line up to when the divorce was going to be final. And I just knew I didn't want to be in town. I got bumped from a flight a business trip to California anyway. So I had basically I had a free ticket. So I was like, all right, Matt, you're going with me. We're going to Arizona. Going to visit my friend Alexis. While we're out there, have a great time. So we get out there. Of course, we be drinking, and everything. We get there. They have a hot tub and a pool and everything. I'm over on one side, like under like the little covered porch, talking to Alexis, catching up with her and everything. Matt disappears. And I just say to Alexis, I was like, I bet you any amount of money that he's sitting in the hot tub right now. and that he still has his wallet, keys, everything.
That's a very specific prediction.
Oh, and I was accurate too. We walk around, and here's Matt chilling in the hot tub. I was like, hey, man, how you feel? He's like, good. It's like, yeah? Where's your wallet? Where's your phone? He's like, oh. Here comes the phone. Drip, 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 drip.
It was a flip phone, one of those flippies, man.
I remember we had to go to the mall the next day so we could get a new phone.
Yeah.
That thing was not coming back. This was before we knew about rice. But even then, it wasn't going to help.
Yeah, no, you were in there for too long.
That jacuzzi baked it, man.
Yeah, he was just lounging. And I just knew. He still had his pockets
That was
full.
the greatest, vacation
That
thing
was so
ever, man.
much fun, dude. So much fun. We ate brownies all the time.
Dude, we were just high the whole time. We were swimming in our pool in the back.
Yeah.
And we were jumping off the shed's roof into the pool. There was video of it. I have the video.
That might be worth
oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going to be so mad. I was like, why? She's like, because you lost the seams. I was like, oh, I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah,
what
no
a horrible house guest we would have made.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, we
Come
went,
on over, my pool wide open.
Yeah, dude, we went to San Diego. We drove from Arizona to San Diego, then San Diego up to Vegas, and then Vegas down to Phoenix.
That sounds like a pretty epic trip.
It
that's
was
a road trip,
amazing,
man.
dude. I've seen country that I've never seen before.
I've never really done a true road trip. Just hit the road and just not really quite know where I'm gonna go. But I've never really done that before.
There was a
and I won't be anytime soon.
There was a freedom about it. You know what I mean? You're just out on the road.
No, I think we could make that happen.
Yeah, you know what
I'll
wasn't
trip
fun
with
is
you.
when Alexis decided when we were 40 minutes from being home, and she's like, "Oh, we should see Sedona. I think you just go this way." And then she takes us 3 more hours out of the way. Oh my God!
Oh no,
that wasn't. It was nice sitting by that fire, having a couple drinks at that hotel, but
I was like,
didn't need that extra.
Are we home yet?
Yeah, I didn't need that extra. And then the flight back. Oh my God, the explosive diarrhea.
Oh, from the Mexican,
explosive diarrhea from the Mexican. Oh yeah.
Did you guys get Montezuma's revenge?
I don't know what it was, but we were both we were racing off the plane like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I was told to sit down on the flight unless it was the captain has the seatbelts on. It's an emergency. And I said, we're gonna have a different emergency. You don't let me get to that bathroom.
I got a shit, bitch.
Right.
Nobody wants this.
Nobody wants this.
Nobody
You're
wants
gonna be
to
cleaning
smell
up after me.
The older I get, the less I like flying. That's my experience. I used to fly a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Didn't really bother me that much. Now I'm terrified that I'm gonna die.
Well, that's because planes.
Planes.
Right. You gotta take your shoes off now. It's a fucking terrible inconvenience to go fly.
Scott, we were talking about that documentary I watched on Netflix a while back about when Boeing and McDonnell Douglas merged and how it was McDonnell Douglas first and how they had a great reputation and their products were safe and never really had any wrecks or issues or anything before. And then they merged with Boeing.
Yep.
And the Boeing people came in and changed shit up, and it became all about the bottom line and not about the safety of the products. And then, of course, the planes crashed.
That's when that's when things started, going south for them.
Started going to shit, literally, right? Going
Plus,
south.
there was, I think, oh man, Dave, that takes me back. There was a couple of flights that actually crashed.
Yeah, about 5 months apart. Of the Airbus, not the Airbus.
It wasn't the Airbus. It was right before it though. But they brought those parts into St. Louis, and that's where they did all of the they laid them all out, did the reconstruction, cut open the black box and everything.
Yeah, at the McDonnell Douglas building, right?
At the place they made it.
Which was right by the Lambert Airport, right?
Yeah, it's right nearby.
Yeah.
So it's weird, all all the street signage, McDonald, Douglas, Boulevard, whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They played a big role in St. Louis for a long time.
They did.
yeah.
They I think that and what's his name, dude, who flew the Spirit of St. Louis,
Lindbergh.
Yeah, Lindbergh.
Yeah.
That was a big thing.
Jason, are you a baseball guy?
No.
No. Are you a sports guy at all? Are you into any sports?
No, not much. I mean, I used to follow basketball a lot
Yeah.
because I played in high school and stuff like that. But
So, like, when you followed basketball, what did you follow? Like NBA?
yeah.
What was your
the Bulls? The 90s. It was the 90s. The Bulls were my team.
All right. Well, that's one thing.
MJ.
That's one thing that we have in common, bro. I
The
was
Red Cavaliers.
that was the only time I really followed basketball. Either was during the Bulls days.
The Michael Jordan, like I love when they hey, LeBron's better than Mike, man.
Oh, come on, man.
They put that comparison up. Mike's the best, man.
Faux show.
He changed the game, dude. Jordan changed the game. Like there would be no LeBron without Jordan.
Yeah,
Definitely wouldn't have been no Kobe. Yeah, definitely no Kobe.
Kobe emulated his whole game from Jordan.
100%. You guys have seen that video, right, where they mesh Kobe and
Oh, yeah.
Jordan's plays together and turn it into one, you know.
Yeah, that came out right after he died.
Yeah. Have you seen that video, Jason, where they literally, you know, like combine the video of Jordan and Kobe doing certain plays, you know, like fadeaway jumpers and stuff like that, and like meshed them together into one like uncut video. And yeah, I mean, Kobe totally took his style from MJ. Which why wouldn't you?
I'm not a big
Yeah.
I'm not a big LeBron fan, dude.
Me neither.
I just feel like he just you know, like I feel like if he played back in the 90s when it was a man's game,
Yeah.
he would be Karl Malone.
Yeah, Karl Malone.
Yeah, no, it was Ben Simmons sitting out for a year talking about like
what a pussy.
My feelings are hurt. I can't play. But then he gets traded, and all of a sudden, oh, I feel better.
What a pussy.
Yeah, man, the city hates him, dude.
Oh, dude, I read all about it, man. I read all about it.
Yeah.
Sports.
Yeah.
Scott's favorite subject.
I'm hanging, man.
Yeah, no, you're doing a good job over
Thanks,
there, buddy.
buddy.
You're doing a good job.
Thanks, buddy.
So you guys wanna
Shut her
move on
down?
to the after hours?
Well, we'll do some after hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all right.
absolutely.
Jason, I just want to thank you for being on it tonight, brother. I love hanging. We don't get much to hang out a lot anymore, but
This is always great having you
this
on,
has been
man.
perfect, brother.
Yeah,
See you.
you're a good conversation, brother.
Well, thank you. I try to contribute.
Well, your weed knowledge is top notch.
You got 2 kids, dude. You got 2 kids. I know how hard it is to even like go anywhere, but you're always welcomed out here, man.
You don't have to go anywhere to be on this show.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Anytime, via or being here, you're more than welcomed anytime, brother.
Absolutely.
Recreational's okayed in Illinois, so you could just jump the border and go get a little something.
That's
It is.
Yep.
Drive all through.
True
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
True that.
It's about 20 hours from here.
The
drive.
It's a long ass
16-hour drive.
Long ass.
That's a long ass drive.
16-hour drive.
Have you ever done that drive, Matty, or have you always flown?
Just
or?
when I came out.
Yeah, the first time.
I
you
could
came
drive that though to go back.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like
That's
less.
not bad.
That's like less than from here to Florida, because like from here to Florida is a good 20 hours?
Yeah. No, from here to Florida it's about 18.
18.
And at the end of that
I drove
18-ish
that
hour drive, you still have fucking Florida.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And then
Florida man.
Yeah, true that. All right, guys. Thanks to all of our Patreon subscribers.
Absolutely.
We love you guys.
A big thanks to the Jeff City Paranormal Society,
Chess Team Records.
Chess Team Records, and the homie Dub IZ.
Yeah, that's right.
Big ups to our boy Sir Biscuit Strang.
The biscuit.
Yep. And our friends at the Jefferson City Paranormal Society.
That's right.
Yeah.
Man.
And they're doing well. So.
And JT.
And JT.
And also
Son.
shout out to Last Flight Brewing Company.
That's right.
Dude, absolutely.
Here in town.
Oh, and shout out to Capital City Cinema, because
Yeah,
we'll be
'cause,
doing
yes.
our 100th episode
That's right.
out at Capital City Cinema.
Yep.
That's right.
Over on High Street.
Yep.
If you guys have been listening to the show, you know our good buddy Jet Ainsworth has a new film that he's getting ready to release. It's premiering out there on April 15th and 16th.
And you just won an award. We should talk about that.
I guess
in
so.
After Hours.
I guess I kind of wanted a little
I
bit of
kind
an
of wanted to
award.
talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll get.
We'll get to that.
Next week we'll
You
talk
can
about
check us out in After Hours after this
We'll
program.
talk about it then.
That's right.
And next week.
That's right.
Maybe.
On the old 77. See y'all later.
That's right. Thanks
Peace
for
out,
listening.
guys.
Peace.
Thanks, brother.
Later.
See you, Jay.
See you, Jay.
See ya.